Yeah, I mean, it's nice to make shots. I thought our defense picked up in the second half. The defensive efficiency numbers weren't great in the first half, but it's, they're 4 and 5 who don't typically make threes, made 4 threes, they banked another 3 in, so that's 15 points that, maybe they only get 3 of those on a normal night or whatever. Now, I give them credit, they play really hard. They made it hard for us to open it up. As well as we shot it, we didn't really start opening it up until late in the first half. And we kind of challenged our guys at halftime about the defense. Our numbers weren't great. We're giving away too many points per possession on the defensive end. First 4 minutes of the second half still wasn't great. And then the next 16 minutes after that first media timeout in the second half, they only scored 14 points the rest of the way. So we talked to our guys about not playing the scoreboard. We didn't care what the score was. We were going to play every possession. I thought we did a pretty good job of that. Thought our guys stayed pretty locked in. The ball moved well. We shot it better. We ended up with a season-high assist that always helps to make shots, but I did think we had the ball moving a little better. And the turnovers were down significantly. I think we only had 10 going in the last 4-minute stretch of that last media timeout, and we ended up with a few there, but multiple guys did a lot better job taking care of the ball. So all in all, a good win. It's great to be at 4-0 going into the stretch we have next week, and it's going to be a pretty tough stretch there with the teams we see out in Portland. So we needed this win to be there before we headed out to Portland.
Tony?
Yeah, you just kind of alluded to it, but it's a great momentum builder heading into next week. Where do you feel your team's at? How happy are you with them over the first 4 games heading into that tournament? And then also last year, you kind of struggled in that first game, kind of a test early on. How, do you think your team's more prepared for Michigan State maybe than they were that first game last year?
I hope they are. I think we're in a good place. I feel like our guys, everything we're asking them to do, they're doing. We really put a big emphasis on not turning the ball over. First half, we had 5. We had the moving screen called. Sears had the one early, and then Gurley had 3 of them. Outside of those 3, and the moving screen, like Sears is the only guy that turned the ball over. So I feel like huge point emphasis on taking care of the ball. We took care of the ball tonight. And I thought there's a couple stretches there in the second half we didn't do a great job taking care of it, but for the most part we did. I just think they're locked into being coached, getting better. Effort was there even when some shots didn't drop in previous games. We told them the shots would start dropping. It was great to see Nimari catch fire. We've been seeing it in practice. He's a really good shooter. I've been telling all you guys that we're going to be a much better shooting team this year. And don't know if anybody believed me until tonight, but we've been seeing it all summer, all fall. We have shooters, and we didn't. Can't expect Nimari to go 5 or 6 and Brandon 7 and 9 every night, but Rylan Griffin's a much better shooter than what he showed tonight. He's been making shots in practice. He's had really good days too. So Noah Clowney's a better shooter than what he showed tonight. So we've got guys that can make shots that weren't even great tonight. It was good to get Quinerly back in too. I think the ball was moving a little better. He's got a little pop to his game. He finds guys. Thought the ball movement was definitely aided by him being back in the game. 17 minutes like he played.
James?
You said after the game on Tuesday that guys needed to kind of understand their roles, and it was kind of up to you guys as the coaching staff, to kind of help these guys really accept what their roles are. You look at Nimari especially, really showed the defensive side of his game, but how good was it to see him explore the offensive side and really start, kind of cashing in when he got his opportunities?
Yeah, I thought it was great. We need Nimari to make open shots. He had the nice go on catch, move. I believe he got fouled. He tags some closeouts like that. We don't need him being like the offensive initiator. He needs to finish plays for us, whether it's driving a closeout or whether it's making a 3. And I thought he was pretty good at that tonight. The one charge he got, kind of where he handled it, trying to be a creator. He's much better playing off Quinerly, Jaden Bradley, Brandon Miller, Sears. I think you saw it tonight. Shoot's his best game since he's been here. So we need him to continue to play like that.
From here. you alluded to it previously, but Jahvon Quinerly had 8 assists. That equaled 23 points for you guys. How important is it just having someone who has experience in the offense coming back to lead it?
I mean, it was great. Played 17 minutes, 8 assists, no turnovers. He's got a real good grasp for what we're trying to get done. He knows where the space is on the floor. He gets to the space, knows where the help's coming from. He knows how to make the reads. He can go left hand or right hand. He makes the passes. I mean, that one pass he threw in the first half with his left hand. I mean, he's ultra skilled, so it's great to get him back in. I think his pass quality is a little bit better than maybe what they were used to. You know, he's hitting guys right in their shot pocket instead of too high, too low. And, you know, good shooters need the ball where they can make a shot. I think he knows how to get it to him there. So I was glad we were able to get him in against South just to kind of get his feet wet a little bit. Now we got him in a lot more this game, and now hopefully he's just full go come Portland, because like you guys alluded to, we didn't play particularly well in the first game of the MT last year. We need to play much better in the first game. Like, this will be our first real test against a high major. Michigan State's had some real tests. They played some tough teams already. You know, we're going to be playing a high major for the first time, so we got to be really ready. We got to have a great week of practice and be ready to go on Thursday.
Stand in the corner over there.
You just talked a little bit about Mark Sears and the impact that he's had early on, and just seeing the significant playing time, and just with his 18 points tonight, getting extra steals and making assists and all that.
Yeah, I mean, he led the team in plus minus for plus 36 when he was in there. We kind of got after him on the defensive end early. I thought he gave the 1-3 up to King where he wasn't supposed to, and you know, he had the careless turnover right out of the gate. We coached him a little bit after those 2 plays, got him back in there, and I thought he played great the rest of the game. So it's good, you know, good a guy can handle some coaching and wants to get better, and thought I kind of got him a little fired up. He got locked into the defensive end. You know, he made shots at a pretty high clip. So, you know, I was happy to see him play as well as he did too.
In the back, Mike.
You now have 3 of the top 4 games in SEC history in terms of 3-pointers made in a game. Just what does that mean to you in terms of establishing the style of basketball you want to play?
We have 3 of the top 4.
Yeah, this was 21 tonight plus the Auburn game and then the LSU game.
What do we have, 22 at Auburn?
23 at LSU too, which is the record.
23 at LSU, 22
22 at Auburn, 21 tonight. So 3 of the top 4 in SEC.
We had 21 with a lot of time left going in the game, didn't we?
Couple misses.
We needed to make 3 more, didn't we? Who else is in there with us? Who's the other one? We have 3 of the top 4?
Auburn against South Alabama 2 years ago.
Okay, that's good. I mean, when we recruit, we tell the shooters, you know, some of the best shooters in the country should want to go where they can make the most threes. So we've got some shooters coming next year too. Sam Walters can really shoot it. You know, Davin Cosby can really shoot it. You know, it helps with recruiting, but it's a style of play that we've established. We want to space the floor. We want to give shooters room. We want to open the floor up for our guards. I think teams are going to have to pick how they want to guard us. If you want to take away all the threes, you're going to leave the lane open. We can get to the rim. We got guys that can finish at the rim. If you want to, you know, collapse and take away the lane, I think we got some shooters that can make shots. So definitely establishes how we want to play. I didn't realize we had 3 out of the top 4. I don't think this is going to be the last time this year we had 20, to be honest with you either. I mean, we're going to take them. If teams are going to, this is Quinerly's first real game back. He can break anybody down. I shouldn't say anybody, but I feel like he can break about anybody down in the country, and it's going to force some help. And I think he's pretty good making the reads, and we can put. Brandon's obviously proven he can shoot. Nimari can shoot. Rylan Griffin hasn't done it so much in the games yet, but he can really shoot. Sears can really make shots. Tom Welch hasn't played yet for us. He's a career 38, 39% shooter, so he can, you know, we can put shooting all around him. So it was great to see.
In the front.
Yeah, Brandon had 28 points on only 12 shots. You know, the expectations for him were high, but I don't know if they were this high. Talk about his performance tonight and how
Yeah, if
easy
he
from
makes
this early.
his free throws, he's at 30 on 12 shots. It should be one of the more efficient games in the history of me coaching. Maybe, I mean, it's still one of the most efficient games, and he didn't shoot free throws particularly well, so. And he didn't get to the line a ton either, so I mean, to take 12 shots, only even go 3 or 5 to the line, end up with 28 points, I mean, that's about as efficient as you're gonna see, so. You know, he's special, he's got some size to shoot over guys, but he can handle the ball too. I mean, you can't just crowd him. If you crowd him, he's gonna go by you, get the ball in the lane, you know, make plays for other guys. I mean, you know, he had 3 assists, no turnovers. You know, he's able to make plays for other guys too. So if you wanna double him and bring heavy traffic to him, we got plenty of shooting to go around him, and he's gonna find him.
Good? One, last one.
So to his point, you kind of have the calling card of the season. It's kind of been defensive rebounding for this team. But even when on a night like tonight, where you're shooting the ball as well as you did, you still rebound the other team by over 20. Talk about like just how impressed you were with the teams after.
Yeah, you know, our rebounding rate was high. Actual rebounding numbers weren't as high tonight. We maybe won't be the #1 team in the country in rebounding, but I'm fine with that because we were actually making shots and there wasn't a ton of misses to rebound like we've had in the past. So, you know, we just keep preaching the rebounding. I mean, we still, as well as we shot it, we still had 19 on boards. You know, they had 16 defensive boards. We got more of our misses than they got. So I think that speaks to our effort. You got guys like Clowney, you know, getting all over the glass. I mean, even, you know, we didn't get Pringle a ton of playing time. We just didn't feel like there's good matchups for him and Charles. So his playing time came a little later, but he had 4 rebounds in just under 8 minutes. So, you know, Miller with 8, Clowney with 10. Clowney's got 25 rebounds his last 2 games. I mean, he can really rebound the basketball. And, you know, he's going to be a good player for us all year. So we're going to keep preaching defense rebounding. Our rebounding is going to get put, I mean, Michigan State's, since I've been coaching, they've been arguably one of the best rebounding teams in the country every single year. So it's going to get a lot of stress put on our rebounding, you know, next game out. So I'm glad to see we've been good, but we haven't been tested like we're going to get tested against Michigan State. So we're going to have to bring it on Thursday against them too.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.